Paano? Apitariwan na sticker, ano was from you, and break and show.
Drive like all the deadlines. Eat all the pie, counting down to July. Burn with that pride, all villains ask why. Every villain sucks, you don't say it. Every villain sucks. It's the games that they're playing. Too much is never enough. It's gonna catch you. No, you'll never be cool and too high. Be the foot too high in the sky. Every villain soon comes to light. Everybody's gonna be surprised. Every villain sucks. You know what I'm saying? Every villain sucks. It's the games that they're playing. Too much is never enough. It's gonna catch you. Every villain sucks. You know what I'm saying? Every villain sucks. It's the games that they're playing. Too much is never enough. It's gonna catch you. Studios.
Mass crusaders working overtime, fighting crime, fighting crime. Secret raiders who will neutralize soon as they arrive. Tracker's gonna lead the mission, and Spectrum's got such supervision. Mass with the mighty power that can save the day. Mask, no one knows what lies behind the masquerade. Mask, always riding on a venom's trail. Come see the laser rays fly away. Vicious venom, organizing crime, masterminds. Mastermind illusion is the ultimate weapon. Mask can use it right,
I love you, you mighty backers. I love you, you super chatters. Give me cash and don't you stop. Here's my trash, don't love me not. I love you, all that money. I love you like the taste of blood, honey. Come with me, I'll hold your hand. I'm the key, the master plan. We're just doing the Caesar's dance. Oh, 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 oh. But the Caesar ain't got no pants. No, 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 no. The emperor has no clothes. I love you, but my book is late. I love you and you gotta wait. No refunds, it's my comic date. Make a fuss and I'll dox your face. I love you, better fall in line. I love you, aren't you on my side? Mute, 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 but you'll never know. You're so cute, super chat my show. We're just doing the Caesar's dance. Oh, 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 oh. But the Caesar ain't got no pants. No, 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 no. The emperor has no clothes. The emperor has no clothes. The emperor has no clothes.
Watch the stream to get it right. Convict gangs, sex to drugs.
drugs to harassment, convict gangs, late books are the least of it. You're killing more than trust. Another player caught in cuffs. Apex present, give 'em love. Waiting for the next to fall. Set the bail for one and all. Convict gangs, sex to drugs to harassment. Convict gangs, late books are the least of it. You're killing more than trust. Bad people do bad things. Convict gangs, convict gangs. Don't kill this too. Bad people go away. Convict gangs, sex to drugs to harassment. Convict gangs, late books are the least of it. You're killing more than trust. Bad people go evil lurks throughout the land. It's eating at the common man. The darkness seeks to pull you down. Push your line into the ground. What's wrong is right, what's right is wrong. You know the truth, so keep it strong until the final battle comes. Brother, we're the only ones. Titans rise to crush the demons. Justice is back in season. Time to crush the villains. I believe in the soul of a maiden true. I believe there are people who understand. I believe there's a hero in you. Welcome to the hero shine. In a world where the doors keep on closing and it feels like we'll never escape, there's a place where adventures are open. There's a place where you don't have to wait. I believe in the heart of a good man. I believe in the heart of a good man. I believe in the soul of a maiden true. I believe there are people who understand. I believe there's a hero in you. Welcome to the hero shack. I deliver the tales for the hoping. I'm the wind in the sails for the brave. I'm the lesson that helps you keep coping at the end of a very bad day. I believe in the heart of a good man. I believe in the soul of a maiden true. I believe there are people who understand. I believe there's a hero in you. Welcome to the hero shack. Welcome to Hero Shack.
What's up, what's down? Tell me something going round. Let's discuss the light of day. Spitting truth, come with me. What's up, what's down? Nothing's ever out of bounds. There has to be a better way. Always something of a better play. Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack, baby things. Hero Shack, hey, Hero Shack, yeah. Hero Shack, daily things. Here we go.
Hello. I don't know. Let me check my volume and see if I'm live because I've had problems. Can you hear me, Diana?
I can hear you.
Maybe you were jinxing it. Remember the last 2 weeks that I had you up here, it went mute on me. This time
That's right.
not
It's my
good.
fault.
I'm going to blame you just because
You
I
can
love
blame me. I'm good.
it's
All
the
right,
love
okay.
in me for you.
Oh, right.
So how you doing?
Well, I'm doing okay. A little frustrated, but other than that, I'm doing good.
So we've had some complaints.
Well, not complaints, but well, I guess complaint. I don't know.
Yeah, well, there have been some people that have struggled to get into Fund My Comic to back her book. The one thing that we've been able to figure out is it's very important that you register.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that can be a hassle, and I understand if people don't want to register. But we'd run into this whether it was Kickstarter or Indiegogo as well. So,
Right.
I suppose if it becomes an issue, we can always sell these, on our site through our own services. But this is our way of promoting and building up some momentum,
Right.
particularly for when we go to the comic book shows, the conventions, whatnot. So I mean, it's not like we won't have these issues available for you in other places, but
Right.
this is where it really counts. This is where we get the attention of the internet and people really outside New England.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's quite obvious our fan base is growing in New England.
Right.
Give me 1 second. My fan went out and it is becoming summer, so I need to turn that on.
His fan went out. I don't know how his fan went out. But anyways, hello everybody out there. So just to kind of piggyback on what Chris was saying, I got a couple of messages from a wonderful lady friend of ours saying she's got 4 people that want to back our book and they're having a really hard time. It's getting stuck on the address. So we reached out to Luke, who is the guy in charge of Fund My Comic, and he's been troubleshooting behind the scenes. I'm not sure if he's got it fixed yet or not.
Well, I don't know. I think the problem, and so he's got a limited set of answers. And the answer for an address basically is make sure that you've registered. Now, he is having his techs look on the other side to make sure that there isn't, in fact, a technical issue.
Right.
But multiple tests have come back that is probably just a registration issue, which, like I said, I get it. And it's unfortunate, but that could very well be the answer. And I'll be honest, I went with Fund My Comic because of Luke. I trust Luke as an individual, as a person, and as a businessman. So that's why we're there. And
Yeah.
hopefully all this will iron out, because I'm really excited. We're tipping up closer to 30 backers. I know 24 is 6 away, but that's not that much.
No.
We only have 3 days left.
Mhm.
And our $3,000 stretch goal, which is only about $500 away, $600,
Yep.
is the
Can
Titan
we do-
Cash Can, which has
Oh
been
my-
up as a stretch goal for the last 2 or 3 campaigns. We've never
Yep.
reached it. And if we do, I have to finish the ash can. For those of you who think that's going to be a problem, I work quite fast. So I should tell you the news, shouldn't I?
I don't know. What news are you sharing?
The birth of the great Cyclopian number 9 has begun.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
7 pages in.
Yep.
It's all black and white so far. I am coloring it, but what I mean is I'm only going so far as the finished inks right now.
Yep.
Whew. Oh, smoking. Doing the black and white in the Cardinal backup story for the great Cyclopian, I've actually, I don't want to say I've learned anything or discovered anything, but I've rediscovered things that I kind of needed to get back in touch with unknowingly. Like, I didn't know I needed to until I did it. And now that I've done it, I'm like, oh my goodness.
What
So
was I doing?
Diana can testify. My head's been down in an iPad, scribbling
Mhm.
away. I will tell you though, I have brushes that will help. Brushes that cheat, that do all sorts of like line tones and stuff.
Yeah.
And I still prefer doing my own cross hatching, stroke by stroke.
Huh.
It just makes it more alive. So, you want to talk about the Cardinal for a second?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so do you see him in the background there?
I do.
That is the pose that's going on the 2-sided metal cards, which we have completed and will be submitting in the next day or two.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I was looking for a good pose for the Cardinal. And I Googled Jim Lee superheroes capes. And up came a bunch of different pictures, right? And I'm looking, and there's Superman, and there's Batman, and there's Robin. There's all these heroes. And one just keeps standing out, and it's Batman. And he's standing just like you see the Cardinal. So I used that, good morning, mighty geek. So I used that as a template, of course, as a photo reference. So I'm sketching it out. I got the pose perfect. I'm all happy. I send it out to the guys so they can get a peek, and it comes back, wow, man, that's awesome. The Hush. I'm like, the Hush. And I recognize Hush as the title that Batman is popular for, but I never read it. And apparently, I'm sure this happened, but I don't really recall. But Tony told me that this was the Batman comic that got Eric, who's tied to the Cardinal, into reading comics. And it was kind of cool because I wasn't looking for Hush. I was looking for Cape Superhero that I could use as a reference. And that's the one I picked out. And that was the one that meant something to Eric. And Eric is the Cardinal. So, whoa, like mind trip. I don't know. I thought it was a mind trip. I called it a God moment. Well, you know what? I thought about doing a Spawn cape. The problem with Spawn capes are they're long and they kind of have a life of their own. The Cardinals cape is not that fancy. It has some functionality, but it doesn't extend into the, grab a person by the throat, throw them around. But there are some very cool reveals coming up in issue 9 about the Cardinal. The back of the cards have ratings for everybody, and we'll surely have to debate those at some point because that's going to be exciting. It's our first implementation of actual grades. So we'll be able to compare like the Great Cyclopian against Captain Aura or Captain Aura against Wiretap. or the Cardinal against Plato. Like we have the first 9 cards. And to be honest, the set is 8 cards. But we've reached the stretch goal where we have the special Redbeard card. Now, Redbeard will be a surprise and unique because make sure that Edna doesn't find out about the cape. Who's Edna?
I don't know.
I think Terry might be on a roll tonight. He's got me stumped. Where was I going with that, honey? I got off on a tangent. I apologize, folks. I am very excited. We're 3 days away. We're fully funded. I'm staring the 3rd stretch goal down, and I have no idea what to put for the 4th. Because if we hit the 3rd, we have to at least dangle a 4th in front of people, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would think so, but
So we've got the magnet, the 2-sided metal card, potentially the Titans ash can. Where would we go for a 4th stretch goal?
Oh, Terry, I do know who you're talking about now.
Oh, yes. Well,
She would have a fit.
that actually is going to be an issue for the Cardinal in many circumstances, but he's going to stay true to the cape. I look forward to having a hero that I can write bumbling around with a cape. If you remember, Cyclopian started with a cape, but he hasn't worn that suit since issue 2. We're
That's
now
true.
on issue 9, and actually he will be getting new clothes in issue 9. Hey, sort of. You know the deal with what's going on in issue 9. So he'll still be in torn shorts at the end of issue 9, but he will be dressed at different points in the story, which I'm very excited about. God, I wish I could talk, but I don't want to say anything until issue 8 is out, because you guys don't even know what happens in 8 yet. And I'm like excited about 9 because, that's how it happens. Diana woke up one morning and I was like, I'm in trouble. I've already started the 3rd page, and I know I still haven't done the Titans, and I still haven't finished the cards. And it's hard because tonight I almost canceled the stream.
You did?
Yeah. Well, you know what's been happening? I've been drawing till like 10 o'clock at night, straight from the time I get home till I'm done.
I know.
I had to break away. I mean, there's a doctor's appointment in Cyclopian story, and I was drawing The Office, and I really wanted to finish. I was like, this is so cool. Because my goal now is to make it so there's no excuse. Right now, I think when people read the Cyclopian, the Great Cyclopian, when they go to issue 1, they're seeing art from almost 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
2019.
And 5 years ago. And it's not my best foot forward. And Tony and I have discussed about whether or not I should go back and touch it up. And I really am struggling with that decision, because I love the fact that you can go from issue 1 to issue 8 and see the progression. So I'm torn, like, is it worth it to go back and redo it, or should I wait until maybe we're on issue 30 and then go back and do like an anniversary revisioning? Because I really do love the first issue for all its hokiness and the occasional awkward art things that were way bigger than I should have been trying to draw, which, by the way, that's how you get better, guys. You don't get better by drawing the things you're good at. You pick out something you stink at and you go for it. What's up, Tony? Tony, did you just get here? Because I premiered a new Titans video tonight. Now, granted, it's the same music and you haven't seen there's nothing new to see, but I put together a little graphic presentation for it. I was kind of happy with. It was a quickie. I was sitting there today between the hours of 5 and 6, and I needed something to break up the monotony, so I did a quick video. Mantown, by the way, we love Mantown. Got to make a new video for them, but I don't want to step on Eric's toes. I love his original videos, so kind of like, I'm not touching it yet. So what else is happening, honey? Let's see. The comic book club concluded this week.
It has. We had a wonderful ice cream party, and we gave the children all of their folders from their work, and we took We scanned all of their artwork, and Chris is in the process of putting together a kind of a
It's
art
an
book.
art book. I would call it an art book. I have 9 pages done. I probably have about another 6 or 7 to go. And it's really difficult because they're young, and like putting this together without enough structure is a challenge. But
Hmm.
just like I just said, you don't get better by doing something that you're good at.
Right.
It's the same thing with this. We learned a lot in this club.
Yes, we did.
Next club,
It
our
was our
first
pilot.
focus is going to be like, let's do a 1-panel comic, and
There
I'll
you
teach
go.
them how to do something very basic, and we'll build it to a strip, and then we'll build it to a page, and by then we'll know who's really doing what, and they'll know if they really want to do it, because what we experienced this first year, we had like 20 something kids the first semester, if you will. And then we
Hmm.
lost about half of them. Now you might say, oh, that's terrible. No, that was wonderful, because they got exposed to comics and they said, I'm not really someone who can make these. I want to go join chorus.
Right.
Go for it. It's okay. There's no pressure. You didn't join this, and it's not like a gang where it's like, no one quits the comic book club. No,
Okay.
it's not like that at all. So we learned a lot. They learned a lot. We have returned members coming next year. And now we have
Yep.
to decide how we figure out how to do something at the middle school, because half our club is graduated into the middle school. And some of them I really think would benefit from a guiding club. The improvements that we saw socially, I think, is the
Mhm.
biggest thing. And I don't want to see these kids lose that. Uh,
I agree.
it's like anything else. If they have something to belong to, they'll invest in it. And if it's a good thing, it's a good investment. But if it's, heaven forbid, if it's a street gang or something silly,
Right.
it's a bad investment. It comes back bad every time. Uh, sorry. So, do we get to talk about independent drama tonight?
You can talk about anything your little heart desires.
All right. So
If that's
tonight,
what you feel you need to do.
I guess I want to touch base a little bit on the Eric July situation this weekend. If you don't know, he had a get together, I guess, in Dallas, Texas, or somewhere in Texas.
Uh-huh.
And a guy who calls himself an internet troll comedian, Riley, aka Clipaverse, which is a takeoff of Ripaverse, showed
Right.
up, and he made pretty much an ass of himself. He ended up getting arrested. And there's been a
Right.
lot of hoopla about Eric is a snitch, Eric is this, Eric is that. He got him arrested, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I think what I'd like to say is that when the trolls get so big that you're showing
Mhm.
up to troll somebody, it's too far. And like, people criticizing Eric don't understand or aren't thinking about the dangers of the public world today, and how, the first thing that comes to mind for me is John Lennon getting shot because he signed an autograph, too sloppily. And that was back in the 80s. And we've seen how people can lose their stability, their mental stability. And if you see someone who's constantly doing stuff and threatening, now when I say threatening, you got to understand he has said things like, I'll just say it. So kids, cover your ears for half a second. He's basically told Eric that he would go rape him and pull up on him. And he did show up at his warehouse, and he stuck money on the windows with bunny stickers, which was really funny, as bizarre as that is. But it would still lead me to have a little bit of caution,
Right.
especially with the guy, going online after it, threatening and making stupid comments. And
Yeah.
you put it all together, I don't see how you can blame Eric, even though Eric says he didn't have anything to do with it.
Hmm.
Is Eric telling the truth? Don't know, don't care. If you didn't show up and make an ass of yourself, you wouldn't have been arrested, and it wouldn't be an issue. And it all comes down to a lot of jealousy, maybe some racism. For those who don't know, Eric is a black guy. And frankly, it's hard to say that there isn't racism involved, but I don't believe everybody that dislikes Eric is a racist, if that makes sense. I do think some of the players that are constantly harping on him, yeah, they're looking kind of racist. Um, and you know, come on, man, it's 21st century. I don't need to tell you that's screwed up.
Mm,
You know, simply because the guy is making millions on books. Now, I'll give the critics this: they're not the best books, but you know what? His fans are buying them. So who am I,
right.
right? I mean, they're not my favorite comics, but I can tell you, I've bought way worse comics in the last 5 years, and so I'm like, guys, I don't know how hard you can really come down on them, you know. Um, and this is coming from other creators, which makes it really, you know, like, you know me, I will tell anybody the truth. If you want me to know whether or not I think your writing is good or your art is good, I'll tell you the truth, but I want to do it tactfully, you know.
Hmm. Right.
I don't want to do it in a live stream and be like, Diana, that book you wrote was totally crazy. You know, that the plot fell apart and I don't even know what the girl's name was. You didn't name the
Huh.
character. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
hear
well,
that.
there's constructive criticism, and then there's just being mean.
Right. But I
You
mean,
know.
some things I don't think necessarily should be live like that. If you're going to do a one-on-one and try to help somebody with their art, it's never easy to take criticism in a public forum. You know,
Right.
like, I would rather have you tell me how sucky my art is in private than on a live stream. Just a personal preference.
No. I think that's fair. I mean, I do.
So I mean, when
Um,
they're cutting up Eric's books, and I mean, it gets so nitpicky, it's painful.
mhm.
Um, I cringe. I cringe because I'm like, I've seen worse in some of these books. The guys that are complaining about them, I'm like, have you seen your own book? But I don't say that, you know,
Right.
because it's not my fight. Instead, I write a song like Convict Games.
Well, that's how you've been doing it lately, which I appreciate because it doesn't seem to suck the energy and life out of you, and then I have to deal with this like very upset human being for the next month while all this crap
Well,
kind
like,
of
take the Titans
waves
theme.
through.
If I'm feeling down, I just put that on. You know what? I
Yeah,
feel better. Much better.
that's true, though. You know.
Did you see the new
Um,
Titans video?
mhm.
You did?
No,
No.
I was clearing my throat. I'm so sorry. Hold on a second. I have a cough.
You can't cough. That's not allowed. You're a professional.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had this cough coming, and I'm like, wait a second. The Duck Man versus the Chicken Man. Tony says.
Yeah, that would be good. But Plato would lose. Plato is an intellectual scientist, but he has absolutely like no abilities. Uh, like, he's the last guy you want to call in a fight unless you need like a getaway car driver.
Right.
Even then, his proportions are all wrong now. Like, one hand has 4 fingers, the other has 3. He struggles, you know. All right, I'm gonna play a video real quick. It's only about 2 minutes. This is the Titans video. Consider it a promo for the
And,
Titans Ash Can. If you back the book and get us to 3,000, you'll receive this Ash Can.
oh, cool.
Evil lurks throughout the land. It's eating at the common man. The darkness seeks to pull you down. Push your light into the ground. What's wrong is right. What's right is wrong. You know the truth, so keep it strong until the final battle comes. Brother, we're the only ones. Titans rise to crush the demons. Justice is back in season. Rise to crush the villains.
I feel like I should do a Casey Kasem imitation there.
I
I'll
was a
tell you
big,
what, I'm not a huge fan of AI music, but I do like
yeah,
her stuff.
right. Well, I mean, it's a convenience thing for you, really. I mean, you could technically do your own music.
Well, and that's the thing about it. None of it is all that complicated. It
Right.
really just writes very simple tunes. The thing that gives it cutting edge is that vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just plug in a voice. You know, the biggest weakness in all my music was my lovely vocals. I was always just, you know, 40 years ahead of my time, meaning I was in the
Right.
grave trying to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all
That's
right.
true. Yeah. Well,
But I'll never try to sell it or anything. It's an exercise for the mind.
it's an exercise for the mind. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and it also gets out my my lyrics, which sounds
Mm-hmm.
silly, but that's always been a coping mechanism for me. If I get ticked off, guess what? I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing a quick little poem about it. Your French fries are cold. It's now again. Every time I go to your drive-through, your French fries are cold. Um,
What?
you never wrote a French fries are cold song? My goodness,
No, I have not actually.
my goodness, what is wrong with you, child? You never gotten cold fries, I bet. You're privileged. I always get cold fries.
You do not always get. You're so full of it.
Every single time I bite in and there's a frozen piece in the middle because they pulled it out too soon.
Now you're really being silly. You know that, right?
Well, no. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate it.
Well, he says, I'm like, oh boy, where's he going with this?
So yeah, so I don't know. If we had some weirdo that was
Yeah.
constantly making videos and tagging our videos and writing nasty comments show up at one of our comic shows, wouldn't you be like a little concerned?
Yeah. Well, I guess.
I guess it would depend on the individual,
And yeah, you know,
but I'm pretty sure Riley would freak you out pretty quickly. I mean, he also runs an OnlyFans site with I hate to say this, but with his autistic girlfriend. They actually make the autism part of the selling point, which you know
really,
how
that
that makes me feel. I just want to
kind
like
of
beat down
sad.
that dude. Well, like
It's
I consider autism to be almost a superpower.
we
And
know.
people when they do stupid things, when autistic people seem to do something that neuros don't understand,
Mm-hmm.
it's always, oh well, they're autistic. What did you expect? And I'm like,
Right.
they're probably thinking 16 moves ahead of you, and it just looks weird to you because you don't know what they're up to. Um, sorry guys, I'm just saying. Um, but it just really infuriates me, the whole thing. And to be honest, you know, the circle around EVS that attacks July and Riley and you know Dick Matterson, they're
Mm-hmm.
all like just degenerates. Like when I walk away from hearing about that stuff, I'm like, I really am like Titans Rise. Let's go. You know, I'm censoring my language because I get excited. I'm like, you know,
Right.
there's a line. You know, the only way evil wins is for good to do nothing. And I think good hasn't done enough for the last 20 years. And I put that on myself.
Mm-hmm.
20, you know, from 30 to 50, I could have done a lot of things that I obviously didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
But I will always put it on myself.
Right.
Uh,
What
we,
will you? Yeah. Well, I mean, I was reading Tony's comment about Titans rise and Chicken Man dies, and I laughed and I'm like, well, Titans can rise and make friends with Chicken Man. I don't even know who Chicken Man is, but
now, do you remember last week when I got emotional because I was like, you're always so soft. I just can't. That would be a soft statement, honey. We can always be friends with the Chicken Man.
why not? There's enough
Chicken
yuckiness
attack.
in the world.
Chicken attack. You will be forced to quit. You'll be forced to surrender.
Nah,
Chicken attack.
I know the song.
Do you?
hmm The one that Whatchamoodooty did.
The one that Ethan used to use?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't make that, you know.
No, the other guy did.
No, nobody made it, but this group, like it wasn't it was not like Mr. Yanafui or something like that.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it is completely not Mr.
Is it from a
Yanafui.
movie?
I think it actually was or is,
Mm-hmm.
and I think some
From
producers,
Japan.
obviously, or Korea. I'm not sure which one, but I think
No, I'm
some
reading
American.
about it now.
Oh,
I'm reading about it. The which artist sang the Crazy Chicken Attack song Takio Ishii. I don't know how to say his last name.
I have seen him
Who?
live, by the way.
Who? What?
I have seen him live.
Takio Ishii.
Yes, I have seen him
Um,
live.
and it was written by the Gregory brothers of Spotify.
Okay, I'm going to share with you a minute.
I am laughing because
You what?
I'm laughing because I'm looking at the lyrics
Yes,
and it's very funny.
I know.
Sorry.
All right, hang on. I'm going to share something with you that's very special and close to my heart, okay? And I hope you'll take this quite seriously. Let me see if I got it set up. Okay, I need to try the other one. I want it to go like this. And now I have to take this back and unmute it. You hear it?
Uh-huh.
Yes!
You should know that the man with the power of nature can bring you to the end of your life. And you should know by my stride and the look in my eye that you're about to be muscle free. Forced to give up. To give a try. Taking a try. Watch out back.
Isn't that bad? Like
I was laughing. I know that was the live version.
it gets outrageous, but yeah, it was funny. I sat there watching it going, oh my God, they were playing to like thousands of people live and they all knew the song. I'm like,
Yeah, I was just reading the lyrics as you were doing that. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know. I suppose if you didn't know what that was,
Yeah,
you might be going, what the heck did he just play to us, you know?
right.
That might
Is
have
it
been a
from?
little weird.
Yeah, it's such a weird song. Like, I don't
Yeah, this
understand
is the
why.
acapella version. I don't seem to have the real version on me. This is the opening of the acapella version that I've never shown before. That's the chicken man. Can't fly. He's disappointed.
What the heck?
Wouldn't you be disappointed if you couldn't fly?
I guess.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is so bad. Oh God.
You should know by my stride and the look in my eye that you're about to be massively forced to give up.
You remember it?
I do. I'm just looking at this video going, what are we doing? Like, how did we get here? It's all because of Tony, because he mentioned Chicken Man. He did
Yeah.
say, love you guys, and we'll see you next week. So I think he has signed off. So it's just the two of us today. It's a very quiet stream, but that's okay.
Well, it
you
hasn't
kind
been
of shared.
all that quiet.
No,
I've been
no,
loud.
you've been talkative. Yep, you have been.
Yeah.
And so, like, until this campaign is over,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
don't really have like a lot to talk about because you're in the process of making issue 9. Well, issue 8 is completely done. For those of you that don't know that, it's completely done.
Yep.
We'll be sending it off to press as soon as the campaign closes,
Yep.
so we can get the right amount of people.
Well, not only that, but we promised delivery in July, so
Mm-hmm.
we have a cushion.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to rush and make idiots of ourselves where mistakes happen. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've made those mistakes in the past. Uh, Ask Diana
Yep.
if I try to rush the minute rice, it comes out bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have a
And
system
then,
that works well.
well, and then, not only does it come out bad, but we've done some pretty like silly moves and uploading stuff and whatnot. So,
When she
which I'll
says
be
we, she means me, and I'm honest enough to take it. Yes, I have screwed up, uh, but you don't learn anything until you get some lumps. True.
that is true.
How do you think I know not to put keys in electric outlets?
Um,
I did it. I did it once. It does not feel good.
you actually did, and
Yes, I remember doing it. I remember the pop. I remember falling backwards from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was kind of horrific. In fact, I'm kind of reliving it now, and I wish I wasn't. That sucks. But in a way, our campaigns are always like this. Most people charge into the campaign begging for backers. And,
Yeah.
I put the link in the description, and we've shown the page, but I'm like, I fear that I'm satisfied too easily,
Right.
and I'm more caught up in the creation than I am the selling.
Yeah.
And one thing's for sure, the guys at Mantown, especially Cap, do a lot of selling that I should be doing, and I'm just not very good at it. I'm trying, guys. Ask
Mm-hmm.
me a question, I'll share anything you want to know. I'll tell you what you want to know, or I'll try to. I don't think that everything has been fleshed out to the point where I know all the answers, because sometimes
Right.
Cyclopian hasn't told me yet.
You're
I
funny.
like to say that. People will ask me a question I don't want to answer, and I'll say, I don't know. I'll ask them.
Yeah.
Like, because I let the story tell itself. I don't necessarily, I know where it's going, but I'm like a big rudder in a big ship, and
Right.
I kind of steer it, and I let the characters fall into place. I think people will be interested in seeing how I equals sum is dealt with in issue 9.
Right.
Because he's been hanging around now. You might think, oh, he's becoming regular. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, not exactly. No.
No, he's
Um,
not.
but
He was.
the way that he's handled is you get a hint at what's going to happen in issue 8, and in issue 9 you see it happen.
Right.
But issue 8, it's at the very end. I'll give away this little spoiler. No, I won't. Nope. I'll give it away after you guys get your books and you say, what was
Yeah.
that? I'll explain it. Because I don't know if everybody will get what I was doing with the end of the story there.
Right. Right. But I mean, I think that all the way from issues, and I actually want to sit and read them all, because as somebody that reads the books for editorial and all of that stuff, I really like to, especially before we go to a Comic-Con, to reread all of the issues so that it's very fresh in my mind, so that when I go to sell the book, I actually understand. Not that I don't know the story, I do, but sometimes you miss little things like, oh yeah, that's right, he did do that, didn't he?
Well, and she gets the micro details where
Uh,
she's talking to a person and she doesn't even realize what she's saying half the time.
right.
I've seen her say the wrong thing and
Yeah.
turn around and correct herself in mid paragraph and
Yeah.
still manage to sell the book. And I'm like, but just let her go. Watch. Oh, she course corrected. She went, oh yes, she did it. Oh my goodness. But sometimes she'll smooth over some areas,
I know.
and I just kind of go, ooh, I'm not going to say a word.
We
And
have
she's still,
3
and,
shows this year, and so it's pretty exciting for us. That's 3
oh,
shows.
Plastic City, I'm excited.
Only one is overnight.
That's Manchester, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That one's all right.
Yeah. It's the only show you don't tell the ache about for having to stay overnight.
So what's the third one? I know about Manchester. I know about Leominster.
Our Comic Book Fest. at
Oh,
the
yes,
Alcohol Library
October. All
in
right, yes,
October.
yes. That's not even on my radar yet because it's many months away.
Yeah, but not really.
No, seriously, literally. Um, July, August, September, October. That's 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's many months. That's more than a few.
But when you're planning these things, it's really not. You know. But we have a really good template from the previous 2 years, and I have an amazing young person at the Athol Library who is phenomenal at doing all this. Actually, two people. And so I have to give them a lot of credit because they're on it. You know, I go for these meetings and they've got, well, we've done this and we've done that. I'm like, would you like me to do anything, guys? They're like, yeah. Speaking of which, we have to fill out our form. I'm so bad. I got to do that.
What form is
Um,
that?
just the creator form. They know we're
Publication
coming.
thing?
Yeah, they just so when she does her promo stuff, we're in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, make sure
but
you talk about our wonderful Wednesday night streams,
yeah.
professionally hosted by Chris and
hmm
Diana.
hmm The good news is
Yeah,
school ends on Friday.
hallelujah.
Today, I go into my summer schedule, which is a lot later than my school year schedule. So I am really hopeful to get um, some things done for Hero Shack.
Yeah, you better, else I'm going to fire you. She's coughing, so she didn't respond. She's not
No,
like
that's what I'm. Yeah, I was copying, and that's why
I
I didn't
threaten
respond.
I threaten to fire her all the time,
hmm
but I haven't done it in a long time because she got sick of being fired. So I just threatened to.
I was going to write a letter of resignation so you didn't have to fire me. There. So it's about.
Yeah, I know, but you got stuck on the hard words.
You are full of it tonight, aren't you?
Oh, honey. I'm actually a little depressed, but I'm
Are
trying to
you?
fight my way out. Yeah,
Why
well,
are you sad?
because I think the bad
Well,
people need to go away.
you need what,
I think the bad people need to go away.
honey?
I know they're going to be here until like kingdom come and thy will be done. But dang, I wish there would like, you know, like, like I need a hero. I'm thinking
JESU.
of that song. Remember that song? I need a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Old enough for a hero to the morning light.
Mm.
Although it would be kind of weird the way she was singing it, but like I think we're lacking heroes right now. Like, who do you look to? The president? The candidates for president? Ah! Who do you look to for for heroism in America?
Hmm. Well, I
There's
don't.
Jesus.
But I'm not going to say anything because they'll just yell at me.
You know what?
I told you. Do you know
No,
that Sunday is Father's Day?
well, I don't know where my father is, so
Isn't he in Wisconsin or something?
by now, I thought it was Oregon, but I could be
Oh
wrong.
yeah, Oregon.
And my son is a father, so I have to respect and expect that he will be involved in his son.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Father's Day for me could be quite just a productive day, like any other Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I have an iPad. I have a pen. I have
Mm-hmm.
comics to create.
You'll have to
Well,
reach out and wish him a little.
oh, I'm definitely going to do that because I'm going to get my Happy Father's Day when I give him his, I'm sure. Like, that's the way it works.
Honey,
All right, so let's do a test here. Anybody in chat?
nope.
Okay. Nobody's here. Why don't we tiptoe?
Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to head out. We already said everything we needed to do, and there's nobody there interacting because people are busy and,
And nobody wants to talk about what's going on.
no, nobody does except
Nope.
for you. There we go.
Which is fine.
That's
I'll
true.
save the world by myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna kind of go
that's a
along.
hero statement, isn't it? I'll just save the world by
Yeah,
myself.
there you go. All
Okay,
right. Well,
I'll do it.
you and Captain Aura. Here we go.
He went to bed. What do you mean, me and Captain
He
Or?
didn't go to bed. He's gone to Mantown.
No, that's not what he did.
Yeah, he did. He's
No,
not sleeping right now.
I bet you he is.
No. He said good night. He said, we'll see you guys next week. And I said, yep. We love you. And I said, we love you too. He said that a while ago. So, anyways, guys, for those of
Moonshine.
you that are watching later on, we thank you so much. Don't forget 3 days and counting. The Great Cyclopean 8.
You can read issues 1 through
Funding.
7 at HeroShack.com, and you can back us at fundmycomic.com. That would be fantastic if you did both. Because I would love for you to be all caught up in the grind and enjoying the latest stuff. And let us know what you think. Push your way through the issues. Get to it.
Oh my God, get to it. All right.
All right.
I think we're good. We good? We good?
I
So
think
good
we're
night,
good.
guys. What are we going to close out with? What little song or room?
You want to close out with a song?
Yeah, we normally do.
I can pick
Yeah.
one.
Great Cyclopean one or something.
No, I want to do the Convict Mind.
Ugh. All right.
You don't like that one?
Yeah, it's all right. It's good, but it doesn't focus on us. It's leave a lasting impression.
Right, here we go. Here we go. All right. You want to
Look at
focus on us.
Look at you like
Hang on.
flipping through.
Yeah, here we go. All right.
Mm,
I'm gonna focus on us, baby.
You do that.
Because you know what it's about.
I do.
Titans Ash Can at 3,000.
There you go.
I believe in the soul of a maiden true. I believe there are people who understand. I believe there's a hero in you. Welcome to the Hero Shack. In a world where the doors keep on closing and it feels like we'll never escape, there's a place where adventures are open. There's a place where you don't have to wait. I believe in the heart of a good man. I believe in the heart of a good man. I believe in the soul of a maiden true. I believe there are people who understand. I believe there's a hero in you. Welcome to the Hero Shack. I deliver the tales for the hoping. I'm the wind in the sails for the brave. I'm the lesson that helps you keep coping at the end of a very bad day. I believe in the heart of a good man. I believe in the soul of a maiden true. I believe there are people who understand. I believe there's a hero in you. Welcome to the Hero Shack. Welcome to Hero